And then we can talk about some of those pieces too of so the other two things that I want to make sure that we talk about so you guys can help keep me on track within that is the kind of you can statements and the acknowledgement, empathy pieces. You know, I know you want to play in that small room. We're not playing in the small room. But if you don't tell him that I know that that's what you want to do, I feel like especially because of the, you know, communication barriers that happen for him, it's like, I'm going to keep escalating to be like, no, and like pointing more vigorously and all of that. And in your head, you're going, yeah, I know what you want to do. But if you don't tell him
and he doesn't know that we know.
And then he's not able to move on in the same way.
Right.
So, you know, today we did that twice. Like when we came out and he wanted to go back out of the rainbow room and he wanted to go back into that other room. And, you know, I was like, we're not going back into that other room. Actually, I think I did a first then with that. I said, you know, first we're going to watch the Friends here, then we can go to the little room. But I also said before that, I know you want to go play in the stars room or whatever we call it. And then when he threw the bus back into that other gym and is like, guys, look, the bus is over there, don't you want to go play? And was like, you know, we're not playing with the bus in there, we can take the bus. And then he turned it into the, you know, the closing the door, and that to me is kind of that sign of like, you're pushing me too far, lady. Like, you can stay back there, you know, like I don't want to have to talk with you. So I think that was a part of that piece. So I was like, okay, well, let's take him back to his most comfortable space, which is the ball pit. So rather than taking him, so I guess it's like finding that balance. Like he wants to go in there because there's no other kids, you know, I'm kind of getting overwhelmed. So I'm taking that cue. Yep, he's putting the bus in there because I'm getting overwhelmed. And then he's, but what I'm kind of doing is splitting the middle. Okay, so I know that the ball pit is your kind of most comfortable place. You really like it there within the big gym. So let's put the bus in there and see if we can continue the game that way.
And he transitioned really well to do that.
Yeah, and then he could make it another game. I mean, one of the things is like, you know, being super silly definitely draws him out of that kind of pieces. So like crashing into the ball pit, bonking your head on accident, you know, any of those kind of things that he's like, like thinks it's great. So that's another way to kind of draw him out of those pieces.